Hi everyone, it's Ashley from the Children's Museum, and today I have a book that I'd like to share with you called Balancing Act by Stillwell. In this story, these two little mice here are going to be making a teeter-totter. So they're going to be using a rock and a stick and experimenting with weight and balance. After the story, I have a craft that's all about weight and balance that you can do along with me. So just keep watching after the book to learn how to do that. Now we're going to get to read the story called Balancing Act by Stillwell. The mice made a teeter-totter. It was fun to balance. One mouse on each end. Ta-da! But then a salamander wanted a turn. Luckily, a friend stepped in to help. Perfect. Balance again. Uh-oh, a frog. Whoa! But then another frog. Balance once more. Oh no, a bird wants to balance. Whoops, that's not going to work. Or maybe it will. Ta-da! But not for long. Too many balancers. Time for everyone to find something else to do. Except the mice. Ta-da! Okay, it's time for the craft. To make a teeter-totter, you'll need a cardboard box. I'm using a waffle box here. And something to be the middle of the teeter-totter for it to balance back and forth on. I'm going to use a baby bottle. If you have something else rigid, kind of like a tube, or something round that's cylindrical, that would work also. I also have some tape, some scissors, and some objects to practice balancing and practicing weight with. So to start my teeter-totter, I cut the top off of the waffle box. So I just cut one side off, but I kept all the edges together. I also reinforced the corners with a little bit of tape to make them more sturdy. Next, I'm going to tape the baby bottle to the middle of the bottom of the box, and this will be the balancing mechanism, sort of like the mice have here with the rock. Okay? So I found that I could get it pretty close just by eyeballing it, but you could always mark the center point with a ruler or a tape measure if you'd like to do that. Okay. So tape it down securely, and then you can turn it over. All right, right now, I could practice balancing it a little bit, but it might roll because I am using something round underneath, but it's not so bad. So you can test out your balance just at the box and the tube underneath first before you start with your experiment. I have some things here that I can weigh. I just have a few little spoons. So let's test it out and see how I did. Now I'm gonna make sure that I put my spoons in the same way on either side to try to keep this as similar as possible. And I'll see if I can balance them. So you might have to hold things a little bit at a time. It's gonna rock back and forth a bit. Not so bad. I think I'm pretty close. All right, let's try an uneven amount of spoons. So if I put in 2 on this side, what do you think will happen? Let's give it a try. So I'm gonna let go. Whoa, it went right to the side. So that's a good way to test out balance. So you could either use objects that are all the same, like this, or you can test out some different objects. So for instance, if I wanted to put a glue stick in one side and a spoon on the other side, whoops, I can see how those two would balance together. And I can kind of find out which one is heavier by seeing which side tips down to the ground. So let's try to get this not rolling. I'm gonna do it level. This means hold it still so it's even. And then I'm gonna let go. And I would say that based on that, the glue stick weighs more than the spoon. Another way to make a balancing tool for home is by using some hangers. So I have here a large hanger and a small hanger to give you a couple of different ideas. So this small hanger here, I put a couple of chip clips on that I had at my house. You could also use a large hanger and use something like a binder clip. You want to make sure whatever you're putting on either side would be secure. So if I had another binder clip, I would put it here. And you don't want it to slip off because you're going to hang things from it. So make sure it's really tight and secure. Then you could start by hanging some different objects. I don't have anything to hang them with me right now, but if you wanted to, you could loop around like a paper clip or something that's a hook. Make sure it's the same on either side to keep the balance even, and then hang your objects from that. So for instance, if I had a paper clip hanging right here, I might loop one of my spoons on that paper clip, and my hanger would go to the side that would be more heavy. So if I was hanging this on like a doorknob or somewhere where it could dangle freely, this side would most likely go down if I had nothing on this side. If I put the spoon here, chances are they would balance out because they're the same weight. So I hope you guys will give these a try at home. Let us know what kinds of experiments you're doing to practice weight and learning about balance, and I'll see you soon.